James is just a really good facilitator with a real reverence for ceremony and tradition, but bringing in his own flair and sort of sacredness.
I would definitely like to do another constellation. I think James created a space that made me feel comfortable with something that I think I'd be unsure about usually.
Yeah, thoroughly glad I made the effort to go, even though I wasn't feeling fully into it before, or not feeling like I had the capacity or everything. And actually, what it ended up doing was actually energising and giving to that. So I'm hugely grateful for that, for embarking on that work, and something I hope to bring forward more.
It's such a gift to receive, and James is incredibly talented, and he creates a very safe space, and he used a mix of techniques in which to do that, which were all really interesting and fun and brilliant. It was an amazing experience, and I can't wait to do it again. Thank you, James.
Yeah, I can't recommend James enough. He's a magic shaman, space holder, healer, and I'm just so grateful for my experience, and I will come back to James if I find myself in a similar kind of stuckness, a different stuckness. Yeah, it's amazing, the new perspective that the family constellation gave me, and the hope and the faith and the magic. Yeah, that was transmitted in the session.
It was very interesting because I was able to have input into the parameters, but then it all unfolded in front of me, and it was really fascinating to watch that process, and incredibly fascinating to see how well understood my thoughts and dilemmas seem to be.
What I really loved about the way James facilitated the space, that I felt completely safe, I felt completely held, I felt that James really understood the level of trust that I'm being asked to come with, to offer into the group in order for things to truly emerge. And he was able to offer that while also holding the space with a huge amount of like lightness and levity, and joy, even though it definitely wasn't always easy. And I would say that if there is a part of you that is intrigued by constellations, by what this work offers, is to lean into it and go with a really open mind, and allow yourself to be really swept off your feet like I was, and surprised by what emerges.
The way in which James holds space and facilitates is really incredible. He really scaffolds it, but also imbues you with the trust to know that you are capable of tuning into this kind of authentic flow that needs to occur, and he holds that space with such poise, precision, wisdom, and also shows up in his own authentic, raw version. An absolutely incredible experience. I'm still so moved and completely in awe of whatever happened on that day.
I was so blown away by James's skill and care and attention to detail, and I have to say that before going to the event I felt like really nervous, because I'd never done family constellations before, And although I knew it was something that I could feel comfortable with, just the absolute unknown and the mystery of it just felt a bit like, am I going to be able to do it? Am I not? And I just felt so reassured from, like, even before we got there and the messages that he sent, and then just as soon as I got there, the way that he explained it and the way that we just worked through things slowly. You know, we did warm-up exercises where we got into our bodies, and that just made me feel very comfortable and then just very in tune with what was about to come. And I have to say, I was just like completely surprised at kind of how easy the process was, as much as it was challenging, but challenging in like a really nourishing and insightful way.
So my introduction to Constellations has been, well, it's been absolutely fantastic. I have found that working with James has been energizing and fun, and yet also incredibly sincere and special. That he has a gift, not just with this work, but also in how he relates to people and how he introduces them to such work and ensures that they feel safe and held and heard.
I have had experience with family constellations in the past, years ago, but with a different person, and I knew more or less what I was getting into and what to expect. But I must say I was surprised by the beauty and intensity of the emotions and the whole experience that I had as a representative.
For anyone who's interested in constellations but doesn't know much about them, I didn't know much about them, and it's really interesting. Yeah, really interesting, really powerful, and really useful. Yeah, in conclusion, give it a go. James is very good at it. Bye.